Our last three parts of speech are prepositions, interjections, and articles. Beginning with the preposition, a preposition locates things in time and place. So I've got the puppy is on the floor. On is a preposition that is locating the puppy on the floor. And the next one, the puppy is in the trash can. In is the preposition that locates the puppy. The puppy is beside the phone. Beside locates the puppy. Now, one way of thinking about prepositions is prepositions are often a time when you would use hand gestures when speaking to indicate where something is. For instance, with the puppy is in the trash can, you might make some sort of motion that would indicate something being within something, maybe your hand going down into your other hand to locate it within. Here is a paragraph with a variety of prepositions, and the orange ones are locating something in location. The others are putting them in time. So I'll allow you to read through that on your own. I won't read it to you, but that is an excellent example of uses of prepositions both for physical location and time. So you might be wondering then, aren't these the same as adverbs that tell where or when an object happened? My answer to that is they are similar. In fact, a lot of the times it's the same exact word, but prepositions have an object that answers the question what, while adverbs do not. So for example, they bought a house nearby. Here, nearby is an adverb because we have to ask ourselves, nearby what? No one knows. There isn't an object. However, in the case of they bought a house nearby the school, in this case, nearby is functioning as a preposition. Nearby what? The school. The school is the object of the preposition. So we're now at our practice. What I need you to do this time is to underline the prepositions in the following sentences and circle their objects. So let's do the example together. With her nose always in the air, it's clear that she thinks she's above everyone else. So I'll refer to a list of prepositions and I'll see that in and above both function as prepositions, and I'll ask myself, her nose always in what? The object is the air. That is what her nose is in. And then in the next case, she thinks she's above what? She thinks she's above everyone else. So everyone else is the object of the preposition above. Now pause the video and go on to do the other practices on your own, and then resume the video to check your answers. Alright, so looking at the next one. I looked behind the couch, under the cushions, between the armchair and the end table, and beneath the coffee table, but I still can't find my headphones. You should have identified behind, under, between, and beneath as your prepositions, and then asking yourself behind what. You know that you are looking behind the couch, and therefore the couch is the object of that preposition. Under what? The cushions is your object. Between what? The armchair and the end table are your objects. And beneath what? The coffee table is your object. Moving on now to our penultimate part of speech, we're going to work with interjections. An interjection is a word that expresses emotion. It is often standing alone. It's also often followed by an exclamation mark, but not always. It's often going to be introducing the sentence, but it doesn't really connect in meaning to the sentence. So here are some examples. Wow, that's wonderful. Wow being the interjection. Notice how it's adding emotion to the sentence. Ah, I see. Ah, additionally, is adding in emotion. You'll notice that, again, in most cases, the introduction begins the sentence, but then we have something that doesn't follow that rule for most of the time here. You won, hooray. So an interjection can also follow. Notice that there's always also not always, there's not always an exclamation mark. In this case, okay, I believe you. Okay is not exclaimed, nor is, well, that was interesting. And our last part of speech is the article. An article introduces a noun. There are only 4 articles. They are a, and, some, and the. So you're going to use a, and some to introduce general nouns. You'll use a and for singular general nouns and some for plural general nouns. So you could say, I eat a banana every day. In the case of an apple, though, since apple begins with a vowel, you'll need to use an. I eat an apple every day. Since grapes are plural, you'll use the plural article some. I eat some grapes every day. Now, again, for the more specific nouns, you're going to use the, and you can use that for either singular or plural nouns. Pick up the books you left on the ground, or pick up the book you left on the ground. Since I'm referring specifically to books left on the ground, that's why I'm going to use the. It wouldn't make sense with pick up a book you left on the ground unless there are a whole bunch of books on the ground and any one of them can be picked up, which would be a strange scenario. All right, that concludes our notes on the parts of speech. We'll move on now to additional practice.